Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is time. Welcome to Technically Speaking Live. Hashtag Mayo Spaghetti. Hashtag Mayo Spaghetti. Ladies and gentlemen, I could not be more excited. I want to make sure that I'm on and loud. Hang on. Let's see if I'm good. Oh, yeah, we're good. We're live. Oh, yes, we're live. Welcome to Technically Speaking Live, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. On the East Coast and 10 a.m. on sometime in the future on our Queensland, Australia office. I did it. So if you were watching Michael Daniel's show, Tinkering with Tech, Michael and Heather, they had a show. And during the show, I decided, literally during the show, that we had been talking about mayo spaghetti for weeks at this point. Now, Stats is in studio. He's sitting right over there. Now, he's muted and muted for a reason. Because I made mayo spaghetti. We left in the middle of a fairly aggressive snowstorm. I would say it's fairly aggressive snowstorm. And I got everything that I needed. I called my mother, whom I know is watching, and said, hey, I need to know exactly what I need. Okay. She got me, hooked me up with that, exactly what I needed. And then I decided that I had to, in true YouTuber style, film it and then put it to a funky beat. Because that's what I do. Therefore, right now, live, for the first time, here is a montage of the mayo spaghetti. Here we go. Now, without further ado, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut directly to Stats and put him on the screen so you can get his reaction to mayo spaghetti. Stats, the floor is yours.
It's not hateful. It was pretty much what I expected it to be. Very tangy, but not hateful. A little bit more garlic salt made the second through finishing bites even better. I'm glad I tried it because I now can tell everyone that the food groups of pasta, mayo, and raw meat that made Scott Peachy the man he is today do combine into an edible foodstuff.
I told y'all! Y'all need Jesus! I told you all. I told you. I said it. I know I said it. It's not as bad as you said it. Everybody was like, oh my God, it's the grossest thing ever. It's not as bad as you think. It's really not. You admit it. You admit it right now. It's not hateful.
It's not hateful.
It is not hateful. Now, would you eat it all the time over red sauce? No, you would not. Like, I'm going to tell you this right now. You don't do that. This is a delicacy. A delicacy.
It's something.
It's not bad, though. You ate the whole plate. Admit it.
I ate what you I ate what you put in front of me, like my mother taught me to.
But would you have eaten more?
No, that was enough, and I had just eaten my actual dinner right before that, so no. And I'm saving room for my birthday eve cupcakes sent from one of our wonderful followers. She is in the chat tonight, Ms. Chanel Miller. She sent me some pre-birthday cupcakes, so we do have those waiting on us upstairs after we finish. You know, as if we did not consume enough calories already in that single plate, we're gonna stuff more, baked food items covered in sugar down our gaping gullets as soon as we finish the show. So
fun story, Miracle Whip. So yes, somebody, I think it was Larry, probably pointed out that I'd like to point out that this is a Miracle Whip and not mayo. Yes, you're right. We did go back and forth. It is Miracle Whip that you use. It is Miracle Whip, not the mayo. Yes. And yes, we did in fact it is 1/2 of a jar. I had to verify that, and I'm really glad that it was only 1/2 of the jar.
Yeah.
Because it is a pound of ground beef, which has calories, 1/2 of a large onion diced small, salt to seasoning, pepper to seasoning, garlic salt, probably a little bit more.
I think you could have cut the plain salt and only used garlic salt all the way through it to get a more complementary to the tang of the Miracle Whip.
And it was tangy. Like when I was stirring it, so that montage that you watched was filmed on a Pixel 5, by the way.
Thank God it didn't have sound to it.
Yep. It was aggressive. It was aggressive sounds. But you could smell, it hit you right in the face. That tangy Miracle Whippy type, just savory flavor, and it hits you. And then as I was mixing it up, I had no more than probably like a hamburger patty in terms of like a serving size. I forgot how heavy it is because I don't know if you know this, but a 30-ounce jar of Miracle Whip has over 2,400 calories in it.
Mm-hmm.
So we put in 1,200 calories with that, plus one box of spaghetti, plus a pound of ground beef.
If I had to guess, that
small onion,
that plate, because again, it wasn't big.
No,
it was that, but that plate was probably 700 calories worth of food altogether.
I bet. I mean, it was a lot.
So
it was heavy.
We both went over our caloric intake for the day.
Heavy.
But hey, it was a fun experiment.
And you said
I have not yet thrown up and or pooped my pants. So check back in next week for the follow-up.
When I poop my pants. When I openly poop my pants, that's when you know. So I have to go to the comments.
Oh, they are wild now.
Are they wild? I love this. It's like I promised you all the Miracle
running the gamut.
I promised you I would do this. Now I have to live up to my end of the bargain. My end of the bargain was I have to eat a stupid pot pie. Or what did you say? A casserole or a pot pie?
You hate casseroles on principle.
Fact.
I consider chicken pot pie a casserole.
I hate casserole. So I have to eat it. I have to eat a casserole or a serving of casserole. I think it's stupid, but hey, he lived up to his end of the bargain. I have to do what I have to do. So let's go to the chat. Larry, welcome back to the show. Chanel, welcome. Enjoy it. Let it just simmer inside of you that he ate mayo spaghetti. Tech King Mike, my man. Yep. Mac, I did say mayo and spaghetti. Welcome. Josh, welcome. Ooh, Lord. Nate, the mayor. Welcome to Mayo Spaghetti, sir. I have some for you. If you would like me to deliver it, you let me know. Yep. Yeah. Oh, nope. Alfredo sucks. You don't know what to say. Mike, you don't know what to say, and that's okay. That is okay, sir. Mac, you don't know how to feel right now. There's my wife. Yep, I'm loud. The yelling gives me life. Yeah. It's really not that bad. It's not. I mean, James, I wouldn't buy it. I made it. Better with helmets. That's a good question. I'm not sure. Is it bland or tangy? It definitely.
Oh, super tangy.
It is tangy. It's a delicacy. Don't. Legend says Scott's still adding mayo to the spaghetti. It's a true story. It was thick. It was hard to stir. I overseas we put mayo on everything. It's a lot like red hot sauce. We put that on everything. Yes. Okay. Wow. Tangy, aggressive sounds recorded on a phone hitting you in the face. I'm gonna need to calm down. Oh my God. So Mac, I did. Yes, I did. What? Why can't I can't word right
I don't
now.
even know what you're trying to say. So,
I did.
cinematic pan.
Did I rinse it? Did I rinse the meat?
No.
I didn't rinse the meat. I
drained it.
Thank you. Couldn't think of the words. My Lord.
I mean, you also drained the pasta water off the pasta, but we did not rinse the pasta because only crazy people do that.
Nate, Mayor, you can always come down and visit Mayo Spaghetti anytime. Ting. That's what I was trying to get that. Michael, yeah, this feels like one of those mom and pop dishes that gets served to Gordon Ramsay. I think that would be hilarious. Actually, I should make a TikTok and then send that to Gordon. I should just send this video to Gordon.
Because isn't he reviewing people's homemade dishes during quarantine?
We should do that. Okay. Chanel, yes, I guess people do rinse meat after they cook it. I don't. Yep. Mm-hmm. No, you don't add any cheese, Jason.
Could be interesting.
You could. This is not becoming of a lord. Lord. The Lord says it's not bad. Now look, I gotta be honest. I'm not gonna eat it all the time. Or again after today.
I mean, we might need to up your cholesterol medicine if you're going to be eating that every day.
It's aggressive.
Uh-huh.
It's an aggressive amount of calories. And it's sticky.
Mm-hmm.
It's the sticky icky.
I mean, it's like Alfredo. It is a heavy white sauce, basically. You know,
it's not terrible though. Like I don't know.
It's not hateful.
Okay. Well, that doesn't help me. Like that's not very. You need to be more. Did it scratch the itch?
What kind of itch?
I don't know. A weird one, evidently.
I mean, I got a certain vicarious pleasure out of eating it because it was something that A, I never would have considered making, and B, I had never ever had before. And I consider myself to be a very adventurous eater. I like trying new things. So
yeah, you do.
So I'm glad I'm glad I tried it. I'm glad I lived up to my end of the bargain. Now I just have to figure out what is the most outrageous and pretentious casserole
Jesus.
I can make you eat now.
So this is what it's about now.
It might be. I haven't made up my mind yet.
What are you gonna? Don't make it stupid.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I thought we were supposed to do something like chicken pot pie is disgusting. Awful.
Well, see, if you proclaim and you're not just sandbagging here, then I'm absolutely making you chicken pot pie.
Oh God.
I should make an Alfredo sauce, a casserole with Alfredo
stop
sauce.
It.
That's what I should do.
Oh Jesus.
But see, I'm actually with you. I hate Alfredo sauce. I had a really bad experience with it when I was a kid. I got food poisoning from it. I haven't had it since.
There you go. Tuna noodle casserole.
I used to love some tuna helper.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Mayo casserole. It's the mayo. Everybody now is on the mayo train. The Miracle Whip train. Look, toot toot. Look, I got all the meats. I have the meats. I have the mayo. I have the mayo meats.
You're gonna have the mayo sweats in a bit.
I was sweating.
You've got about 14 more servings left in that pot upstairs to get rid of.
That's about 14 days worth of calories.
Between now and the weekend.
Oh Good God. Let's do a little bit of tech.
Do we have to?
Dude, I don't know. I'm sweating right now. Good. Oh, James Pruitt says chicken pot pie with Alfredo sauce for me.
Oh, now see, James, you can't do that. That ruins a perfectly good chicken pot pie.
Well, I did just make you eat mayo spaghetti.
It's okay. If anyone in the comments, and we will get to tech here in about 47 seconds, if anyone in the comments has recommendations of what they consider to be a true casserole dish, I have my opinion. Anything that can be baked and or served in a casserole dish is a casserole in my mind. But whatever you think would be the best casserole to force feed Scott, put it in the chat, please, and I'll get back to you.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's talk
What
about
kind of
some
tech are we talking about?
So the first thing I want to get to, first of all, thank you all for going through this experiment of mayo spaghetti. Like all of you, I feel all of you are like, well, now there's gonna be like a mass exodus of people, but
You never know.
like everybody was on for the mayo spaghetti. Like we need another thing. Okay, came in. This just came in like hot off the press. I got a text message from my mother.
Oh, boy.
She says it's actually better the day after. That's a game changer. That means that the mayo or the Miracle Whip can congeal.
See, I'm still concerned about A, the texture, and B, the smell of reheating mayo in the microwave. Unless you're going to reheat it on the stove in like a skillet, but still.
I don't know. Ooh. Okay. Tech King Mike says he makes a mean enchilada casserole.
Oh, I love enchiladas.
Juan comes out and says Alfredo with chicken, lots of black pepper, and new Mexican green chili. Alfredo needs heat.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
Mexican green chili.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, you can get me. I don't do heat. And you know this.
Yeah.
You can get me with the heat. I will openly eat it live on air. Lord. And Michael Daniels. Yep, here we go. He did not start this, but he did finish it. Today, Michael Daniels came on Tinkering with Tech, and he did, in fact, put the finishing move on it. Hadouken!
He gave us the impetus we needed to gird our loins and make it happen.
Why are you using those words?
Because I can.
Alrighty. Okay, let's talk a little bit of tech. The first bit of tech we want to talk about is, so sorry, iPhone 12 mini users. That was, according to Ars Technica, was Apple's 2020 sales flop. Bad news for lovers of small phones. The iPhone 12 mini sold so poorly, so poorly, it accounted for just 5% of the overall sales of the company's smartphone lineup in early January. I'm stunned by this, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
When they roll out 3, 4, 5 phones at the exact same time, and, people who are Apple fanboys to begin with, they're always going to want the biggest and the baddest and the greatest. Mm-hmm. And so they can, tell all their friends or people who they approach on the street and accost, yes, this is the iPhone 12 Pro Max Ultra Edition, whatever, But I think you and I have shown, you more than me.
I'm sweating right now. I'm sweating. I don't know if it's the mayo or the fact that this room is 8,000 degrees.
But I think we've shown that smaller phones do have a place in today's market, but you can't expect them to compete with the larger screen sizes because there's a certain segment of the phone buying population that's always going to go for the biggest phone they can find.
And Juan said it best right here. It is such a tough sell against a $400 SE. And that is exactly, I think, where Apple should stay in the lane. They should take a little bit of what Google's done with the A line or the 3A and the 4A, is make those smaller phones. The 4A was my device of the year last year, and it's still a fantastic device in the first quarter of 2021.
It's what I rock every day.
I don't I don't know why you would choose an iPhone 12 mini over the iPhone SE if you only cared about the form factor of the smaller footprint. The iPhone SE is still plenty fast. For the person who's going to be looking for a phone like that, it's still going to be plenty fast. You still get the 4K 60, you still get the great photos. You get all of those things. You get all of the great benefits of owning an iPhone at $400. Why would you not? Like, at what point why would you choose to go that way? But I digress. What do I know? Except for I rock a Pixel 5 because it's awesome. Team Pixel. Team Mayo. Mayo spaghetti.
Technically spaghetti.
Technically spaghetti. Whew, that's nice. I like that. But 5%, like, let's see, what did they make up? What was the biggest seller? The XR was a big seller. The 11 Pro was a big seller. Michael, I'm not going to run a mile. I will look at the word mile. I will spell it. Half the people buying the SE still have the iPhone 6 anyway. I mean, you're not wrong. Not wrong.
Yeah. Wow. Can't think of the boy's name right now.
Yeah? I'll wait.
Scotty Boombox
Yeah,
still
well,
had
there
a
you go.
6 before he upgraded. What did he end up getting? Did he get the 11 or the 12?
He got the 12 Pro
Yeah.
because somebody bought it for him.
Right. But he had the 6 before that, or the 6S.
He did. Tech King Mike, I bet money that next year the Mini is relaunched as the new SE. Now that is probably close to accurate.
Yeah.
If I were to be willing to bet. Does that mean you're not going to get it at $400 though?
Mainline phone, small form factor. They'll probably split the difference. Or they may try to price max, whatever Google's mid-range, that $550, $600 price point.
Well, the 550, so that's like the 4A 5G.
Yeah.
Basically the Pixel 5 Lite XL. Effectively. Because, I mean, look, it has effectively the exact same thing that the Pixel 5 does in terms of camera, yada, yada, yada. It's just a bigger form factor. No wireless charging, but it has a headphone jack.
Yeah.
I don't really personally care about the wireless charging, but hey, what do I know?
Michael Daniels, just wait until Scott drops his Pixel 6 video here in a couple of days, and you'll
don't have a Pixel 6.
you'll see the XL's form factor of the 5.
Don't have a Pixel 6. Still very much have a Pixel 5, and yep. That's right. All right, let's move on to the next one. Have you seen the dude that put the Samsung S21 underwater for days?
Is it still going?
Let's tell the people what we're talking about first. There was a gentleman who bought a Galaxy S21 and decided to do a time lapse on his YouTube channel to show how long it could stay underwater with the clock running, not the alarm clock, but the stopwatch on the phone. I got to assume he's using some sort of like wireless charging something or other.
That's what it looks like to me, because if you look at the photo on the link I just posted, there is some sort of, my guess is it's on the outside of the tank. There's a bulge off to the left side there that looks like a Qi charger on the outside, that is still supplying the phone with power.
So Stats just threw it in there. This person has had it in the water for 12 straight days. 12 straight days. Comes to find out, update 1, when the stopwatch on the S21 goes up to 99 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. When it reached that, you have to manually restart it again at 0. And he says how many times he's done that is twice. Add 200 hours to the actual time on the counter. It got a moisture warning or a moisture detected warning after it was submerged for 117 hours and 53 minutes. The screen was unresponsive, and some of it was jumping between applications. But after he pressed some of the buttons and stuff like that, he got it to work again, which was magically delicious. Update 3 at 241 hours and 10 minutes. And a dozen people watching, people asked if the speakers were working, played terrible music because it's underwater. And so there's that. And I believe it is still going 12 days later. If you click, I think he's live. Can you click that
The
link?
channel Photo L time lapse.
I think it's still live.
Yes, it is currently live right now.
Yeah, so I thought so. It is still live. And that means that phone can live underwater for effectively at infinity.
Now,
roundabout.
I'm going to put a link to his channel in the chat, but nobody's allowed to click on it till after our show's over.
Please don't click on it till after the show's over. I'm never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. So that's I'm not really sure how many people are watching the stream.
I'd have to pull up the video itself.
I'm
to
just
look.
curious.
There are currently 17 people watching his stream and 23 watching ours.
Hey, we're winning. Hashtag winning. Woohoo. Hey, let's make sure that we don't dip below 17.
Right.
Because that means somebody's actually more interested in watching water than the two of us.
Yep.
Hello, depression. Hello, depression, my old friend. Moving on to the next one. I don't want to do that one. Do you see that Instagram's no longer going to allow you to recycle your TikToks?
Gee, imagine that.
Look,
Mark Zuckerberg trying to kill another social media platform because he doesn't like that it's taking views away from his social media platform.
Well, no, that doesn't make any sense. No, hang on a minute. I would think that would be more views for the platform. You would take your TikTok video and without de-watermarking it, throw it on Instagram and be done. That would give you more views. He's actually saying, don't do that. I don't want your video if it's just a clone.
Well, so the way I see it, he doesn't want the extra views on Instagram because he wants people to create his version of TikToks using Reels.
Yeah, sorry, Mark. That's not going to work. People on TikTok are going to keep TikToking.
Right.
Like, that's the thing. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to do exactly what you just described. But, Mark, no one's going to do that. That's not going to happen. I think people are leaving our show just to prove that we're less interesting than water.
We're down to 20.
Exactly. We are less interesting than water. And
it's a phone
and
underwater.
A phone underwater that has a stopwatch.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Now we're back up to 21.
Hey, there we go.
We're not number watchers. Let's go.
Says who? You don't have the YouTube Studio app.
Yeah, and I don't get paid either, so.
You, sir, get paid in other ways.
I know.
Oh, hey now. Wait. Nope. You can't hear the music at all.
Nope,
so you have
sure can.
no idea.
Because you didn't plug me into the soundboard.
Mayo spaghetti. Miracle whip. Tangy. Tangy. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. There's no Dobo in this stream.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have the Lord. IKEA is coming out with a lineup of furniture specifically for gamers. Gamers.
Gamers. I mean, they have furniture that is specifically made for just about every other segment of society. So
Got a glimpse of the gaming gear, including chairs, desks, a giant wooden hand. I'm not really... What are you supposed to do with that?
Sit on it?
I'm sorry. Context, baby. Oh God, I'm sweating, and I think it's the mayo. I think it's the mayo.
When was the last time you would say you had your mother's delicious mayo spaghetti?
Oh, it's easily been 10 years. Easily 10 years.
So your system has forgotten it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna.
And now it's invading it.
Good Lord. I don't. I'm trying to look and see like what they're gonna have from IKEA, but people want to know what you're drinking. By the way,
I just put it in the chat.
that didn't help me. Just say it in here.
The Land Grant Bramble Jamble collaboration with
Bramble.
Jenny's, which is
Jenny's
a local
ice cream?
Oh yeah.
You're drinking beer and ice cream?
Well, it's the blackberry, blackcurrant, and vanilla flavoring that Jenny's would use in their ice cream. Land Grant added it to a fruit ale, and it is quite tart, which is a great complement or palate cleanser from the tanginess of the Miracle Whip.
So, true story. My mother actually texted me and said that you could, not joking when I say this next thing, you could actually eat the Miracle Whip spaghetti and have a delicious red wine with it. Red wine would be better, would make that flavor even better for you.
I mean, a good strong red wine is very, complementary to other strongly flavored foods. We'll put that one on the back burner.
Yeah, you sure? You don't want to go up and get just another second helping? 700 more calories?
No, I'm
of
good.
Spaghetti?
Thanks. I'm gonna smash a couple cupcakes when we finish, and then I'm gonna walk home.
in the snow.
Sure,
I'm going to walk straight home because evidently I'm going to have 17,000 calories of Miracle Whip. I'll give you. Oh man, I almost said something stupid because then I know you would do it.
Yeah, well,
I was
why
going to
stop
say
now?
something stupid like, "Hey, I'll give you $500 if you eat a spoonful of mayo." Like, no,
Show me the $500.
No. I couldn't do it. I would vomit everywhere. Oh gosh, what else are we going to talk about? What else we got on the list? I forgot.
I mean, this is something we were talking about last week. Google is experimenting with giving the user a heads up, a notification when an extension or an app that they use has changed hands, whether between developers or between companies, or has drastically modified their privacy practices or their terms of service. Google, as the host of that extension or of that app, and is considering extending to us, the user, the ability to know that without waiting on the extension or the app to notify us. Okay. And this is what we were talking about last week. I mean, how far are these content hosting or platform hosting companies willing to go to protect their users' privacy versus making money off the app and extension developers?
Okay. I don't know if I want to talk about that story.
Okay, that's fine.
Not that
It's just a follow-up from last week.
I get it. I think I'm letting you follow up. Letting you go for it. What?
No, that was it.
No, what are you giggling at there, Giggles?
No, I was giggling at you.
Because I'm a mess?
No, because you didn't want to talk about something that's near and dear to your heart that we spent half the show last week talking about.
We beat it to death last week.
That's fine.
I'm on the struggle bus right now.
It's okay.
I don't know if I'm being weighed down by the mayo.
It happens.
Oh gosh. So the live streaming, the guy talked about there. What else do you have on this list? We halted the net neutrality lawsuit, or no? Yeah, we halted the lawsuit for the net neutrality rules.
Right.
There is an iPhone flip leak.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially, okay. There's really not as much as we had hoped, right?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of other stuff on there, but it's not completely tech related, so,
Really?
Well, there's the guy who did a 67-inch high jump, standing high jump. I mean, that's your height, basically. Dude jumped from the floor, flat-footed.
I'm not that short.
All right.
He jumped.
It's your height in shoes with your hair. How about that? Oh, I'm sorry. No shoes, flatten your hair.
Hold on a minute. I'm not that short. 67 inches?
Yeah.
Am I doing the math right that that's 5'7"?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm taller than 5'7", you jerk.
Okay.
What? So your birthday's tomorrow, so you're 51, and
Yes.
evidently I'm going to be 5'1" by the end of the show.
Well, I don't know. Keep eating spaghetti.
Look, that thing's going to weigh me to the center of the earth. Good God.
Larry brings up a great topic.
What?
CD Projekt Red got hacked, and
I have not been paying attention.
well, do you know what CD Projekt Red's latest production is?
No.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, that seems less good.
Yeah, they stole the source code. See.
He's going to casually drop the, oh yeah, they stole the source code. Wait, don't let me drink when you're going to drop that on me. Good God.
Now, CD Projekt Red claims that they had full backups archived off network.
Well, I certainly hope so.
So they can recover. But the simple fact that they have spent what feels like 5 years, probably closer to 10, developing this game, and yet they still somewhere had a system flaw that allowed somebody to get in and steal the entire source code for one of the most highly anticipated and currently highly panned games of the last decade. So,
okay.
yeah.
Undercover Brother, very, very underrated movie. I thought it was a really funny movie. And happy early birthday, Stats.
Thank you,
Tomorrow is your birthday.
It is.
51.
I know.
You look fantastic for 51.
I do.
I got to tell you what, you're getting really close to retirement.
Oh, man, I would love that.
51 retirement?
Sure.
Trying to get out of here?
Why not?
You don't have a gray hair on you.
Not on the top of my head, no. I'm hiding them behind the microphone, so down here in the little wispy wisps. Yeah.
Mine is too.
Yeah.
Yep. So, everybody, if you could, spam the comments right now, wishing Stats a very happy birthday, and make up a number
Of how old you
of
think
how
I
old,
am.
So, how old you think Stats is?
And Chanel, you're not allowed to comment because you know how old I am.
Correct. So, everybody spam the comments and say, how old do they think that Stats is? 51.
Now,
ladies and gentlemen, 51.
The talking point at the very bottom of our show notes for tonight should be one that you're really interested in.
I am interested in a $25,000 Tesla. Look, so first off, I don't think the Model 3, keep me honest on this, a Model 3 flat out like the basic Model 3, I think is 35.
Checking.
I think it's 35. I think that
37,990, so 38. That's the base.
37.98.
37,990.
Okay, but that does not count the $10,000 that you have to pay for the full self-driving.
Yeah, right.
So full self-driving Model 3 is
48.
48. Let's say you'll add a couple bells and whistles. Let's just call it 50.
Yep.
Just for the sake of being 50. So early numbers coming in. I've got you at 51.
Yep.
Michael didn't really say what it was. 69. 38th. 48th. 35. 43. 111.
I get that reference, Chanel. Thank you.
So I'm going to get... So I know the number.
Same as your number in a couple of months there, Sparky.
I know the number, and we'll release that number here soon. He's not 40. And that should pretty much give you one guess. One guess. Anyway, $25,000 Tesla. Man, I got to tell you, if you could tell me that you could give me a $25,000 Tesla with all the bells. So, okay, hang on a minute.
Did you read the article?
No, I didn't read the
Okay,
article.
that's fine.
It's probably a compact one, right? It's probably like a smaller version of a Model 3.
Yep.
I figured. They have to cut it somewhere.
Yep.
So they're going to cut it to where they can say, okay, we're going to make it a smaller Model 3.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to give it a smaller battery capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Just because costs. So, like, I fully anticipate that. My guess is it's still probably a 4-seater.
I believe that Yeah, they're calling it a compact, but yeah, still 4 seats.
It's the full self-driving $10,000. That's where it gets me.
Right.
Every time it gets me, because it used to be cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
and I get it that it costs money to do these things, but one of the biggest downfalls that I have with Tesla is the fact that even after I have paid all of the money to own it, I still have to make a monthly cost. I still have to pay monthly into something, like for the premium edition or whatever, to get the Wi-Fi and all the other jazz. That's still a monthly cost you got to pay regardless of whether you've paid the Tesla off or not.
Mm-hmm.
And that means I'm effectively leasing the car forever.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about that. Now, I'm a person that I have made a car payment for a long time. Long time.
Basically, since I've known you.
That's not fair, but close. Not fair, but close. The problem is again, I $25,000 is fine, but if I keep that $25,000 car for, let's just say, 12 years, how long have you had your car?
13.
Okay, 13 years.
Yeah.
So you bought it brand new, had it 13 years. So you would have to pay in years, I think you did, 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Years 6 through 13, you're still having a monthly payment.
Right.
I don't know if I can get behind that.
Yeah, I guess I've never looked that far into Tesla's pricing model and see what that monthly payment gets you.
You can look it up.
Uh,
It's a premium something or other. I guess I could look it up.
I guess, say you did buy the bottom of the barrel baseline, no full self-driving, just kind of the keep it between the lanes kind of thing. Just the basic model. What is that monthly, basically, membership fee doing for you? Does it get you free charging, or do you still have to pay at the superchargers? Does it get
I
you?
would have to assume. I don't know.
Does it get you automatic OS updates? Are you paying for the software updates that get pushed out to the car? I mean, what does that monthly management fee really get you? And that's what I would want to know before I signed on the dotted line.
Like Juan just says right here, it's the tough thing about consumer electronics. We always try to write off software as a cost, but then get cranky when we don't get updates and new features. Totally understand that. And I would agree with you. Like, I would have no right to get angry about not doing it if I didn't pay for it. It's just for a car, that's where I start to go, hold on a minute.
Well, and to flip that over, the other side of the coin, one of my favorite and most overused phrases for Juan is, all right, so let's look at it from a phone standpoint. You buy a phone once, and the manufacturer guarantees software updates for 3 years.
Uh-huh.
So, if we expand that to the car model, why am I still paying that monthly management fee for those first 3 years after I've paid the car off? Beyond that, and I mean, this could be an interesting pricing model even down to the phone or other small consumer electronics. You pay full price. We're going to guarantee you updates for X number of time. Mm-hmm. If you want to continue to receive full flavor updates, full functionality updates, you can then continue paying us on a prorated basis. That I could get behind. That way, somebody could still be rocking a Pixel 1 or a Pixel 2 and be on Android 12. They could get the most current security updates as opposed to dropping that money on that brand new device. But for me to pay what is a premium for an electric vehicle, I mean, even at $25,000, they're going to be one of the most expensive base model electric vehicles out there that you can buy. And then even after I pay that off, still continue having to pay a monthly fee to drive my own property? I don't know. Again, I need to read more into the Tesla pricing strategy and see what it's all about.
I think, for me, I think it's a situation where I would like to say, like, what's the end? Is it a situation like I bought, let's just say hypothetically, and I don't know the answer to this, so like I'm just going to preface this with I have to do research to know what I'm going to say. So I'm asking this more out loud in case somebody in the comments actually knows this. Let's just say I bought a Tesla, the first Model S off the line. It's a P50D. So it's not even the 75 or the 90 or the 100 or whatever. So I bought a P50D off the line, and I get all the updates to what? Like, is there a cutoff on Teslas? I don't think so. But is there a cutoff? Like, I will always have to pay $150 a month to make sure that I have access to whatever.
Right.
I think you get the latest updates. You may just not get things like ludicrous mode. You may not get things like access to the supercharger network. I think that's where the premium additional cost is. I don't know that. Juan saying that he would happily pay for updates after the 2 to 3 years of the upfront cost. I just want to know what am I getting in the updates?
Right.
More importantly, if I choose not to get the updates, what am I not getting?
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing that I want. Like,
what is the planned obsolescence of a Tesla Model X? You know,
right.
that
So,
kind
like,
of thing.
let's say that I paid.
Are they going to brick my car?
I mean, they could, but what am I not getting? I think that's probably the thing that I want to know is, what do I want to know that I am getting or not getting? And then that's kind of where my gap is.
That's an interesting point from Juan. Why don't you throw that one up
Which
on
one,
the screen?
the Tesla
last
dev
one.
process?
Yeah.
The Tesla development process is aggressive, though. The car never really is finished. The software has evolved and changed quite a bit. New features come almost as aggressively as pixel drops. See, that is great. I think that's kind of my thing is like, only because I don't have a Tesla and I don't know this.
He's waiting for the Tesla truck to come out.
I actually am. What are the updates and things like that I'm getting? Like, I've seen things like ludicrous mode. The battery life is getting better, which means you're getting more miles per gallon. I'm happy to pay for that because you're making the car better by those things.
More efficient, yeah.
Right.
You're extending the lifespan of the car.
But is it a situation where, I mean, there's a lot of things that go on that we may not know that we're getting. Is it more safety? Is it for, if I pay for the full-fledged, full self-control car, and now I'm kind of talking myself into the fact that I'd be willing to pay the payments.
Would you be willing to pay extra if the car knew how to solve the trolley problem?
So that's a real specific, like, I hope to pray to God that I'm never in a situation where
that's the point.
That's a thing.
That's the point behind a true self-driving vehicle.
So yeah, I don't know if I don't know. I can't answer that one. I don't. That's a good question. I don't know the answer.
We'll see if we can get on Elon's next live stream and ask him.
No, I didn't know that. Huh. And I got to think about that too. It's like, I mean, Juan is selling me on the idea of paying for the payment. I think once it gets stagnant, maybe it'll never get stagnant. If it were to get stagnant, maybe that's where I would have the problem.
Yeah.
But if it never gets stagnant, then yeah, I don't care.
Well, it's just like any other, at least in my mind, any other old traditional car. I'm willing to keep a car for a really long time and keep paying to fix little things, ones and twosies here. But anytime one major repair or any group of repairs costs more than the Kelley Blue Book value of the car, that's when you have to start examining whether or not it's better to just get a newer vehicle.
Well, that goes like, here we go. Camera, security features, gaming features, co-pilot management, charging features, pet, kid-friendly features. Like, all of those things I'm more than willing to pay. No question, because you're making the car better every time you use it.
Yeah.
I would absolutely pay payments for that. But it's one of those situations where if the consumer doesn't see the things that they're getting and all of a sudden that cost is being sunk.
Yeah. Or if it's not explained well enough that people like you and I can understand it and then attempt to explain it to other people Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. from the 1% studios.
Yeah. Thank you. Good. Man, my God, you're such a good stats.
Yeah, I know.
And see, that's where and Juan brings us up, less about stagnant, but at some point you could be happy with the state of the car and stop paying into future updates. That's what I would want to know. If I pay, let's say,
Or you get the choice, you know.
well, that's what I want to know is like if I say I don't want to do this anymore,
or I don't want that particular update, so I'm skipping this month. You know.
I don't think that's how it works.
Or but think about it. Think about it if they went that way, like a la carte pricing. You know, you could, okay, I want the Ludicrous update because I want to take it to the drag strip and embarrass, you know, a twin turbo fully blown Mustang or something.
Sure. That's a great YouTube channel, by the way.
I know, but I don't want the pet and kid friendly update because I don't have pets or kids. I don't need that particular update.
I don't know if you would cherry pick like that.
But it's an interesting thought exercise if you could. I mean, because that's the traditional way of pricing out a car. You could, depending on the model and the dealer and things like that, you can cherry pick every single little option you either do or don't want. So
yeah, but I mean, if it's a Tesla and it's just software, though,
right?
You just choose not to utilize the thing.
Yeah,
it's a lot like apps on my phone. Like, there's a lot of apps that I don't use on my phone. I just
then delete them.
Well, no, some of them are like. I mean, definitely
System,
not on the. Yeah, like it's really bad on the Samsung ones. Like that Note over there has a lot on there, and like I disable them and I get rid of them, so I wouldn't use those apps, or like I use them so sparingly that I wouldn't need it. I don't know if that would stop Tesla from putting it on the car.
No.
My guess is no.
Well, again, that would go into the whole devil's in the details and the licensing and, you know, what they are allowed to do to the car without your explicit permission because they're updating the software.
Well, and I come back to the thing is like, if I decide like, look, I'm fine with the car as it is. I don't want to make any more payments on this thing. I don't want to lose any of this stuff. I just don't want the phone to go backwards if I decide not to make my monthly subscription service to Tesla. Like,
right.
I don't want the car to go backwards. And I don't know if I'm not saying that it does. I'm just saying I don't want that to be the case. Jesus, that was long-winded.
That's okay.
But Juan is on one tonight.
Yeah.
On one in a good way.
Yeah.
So let me put it that way.
Juan, have you done any Tesla-specific videos on your channel? Do you operate in the car consumer electronics?
Juan operates where Juan wants to operate.
That's all right. I haven't checked out his channel in a while.
He does what Juan does what Juan wants to do, which is everything.
I wonder if he likes how you are intentionally mispronouncing his name.
I'm not saying I didn't mispronounce it.
Juan.
I said Juan. not weird like you just did. Juan. No, it's like it's Juan. I've got a complex now. Jesus, man.
You're welcome.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because you fed me mayo spaghetti.
And it comes full circle. It comes full circle. No, but seriously, like I've been watching a ton of Juan's videos. Now I can't not say it weird because you've given me a complex. Hopefully he actually got a chance to watch my OG Pixel video, which, by the way, if y'all haven't watched my OG Pixel video, it's fantastic.
I watched it. I left several comments.
You did? Fanny pack.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, that was on another video.
No. I left the forehead and chin comment.
That's right, forehead and chin. Larry Lindeen says he would like me to say a name. Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton. Yeah, that's Will. Juan and Will.
And Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate you saying that. The Pixel video was on point. I'm actually going to probably do a Pixel 2 and then ultimately the Pixel 3, which is right above me. Man, when I fired up the OG Pixel to do the video, that thing still cooks. That thing is still, it can take sharp photos. It's amazing. The lens blur is still bad, by the way. If you don't do the right way, still bad. Still very bad. But if you rush it, it won't go well. If you do it right, you can get some really interesting photos as it comes out of the OG Pixel. And that is a device that came out October 4th. Great day in history. 2016. That was a long time ago. Yep. Mm-hmm. I need to do a video with Juan. I know we talked about it. We need to do like a throwback video, Juan.
Go for it.
Just throwing it out there.
You've got your whole studio in a backpack. Make it happen.
Actually, that's going to be a funny thing that you mentioned that. I do have some things coming out to where we are going to do the show
From a parking lot.
Because
or the middle of a football field, maybe, because we've done that before, too.
I'll bet you we could do that. As a matter of fact.
Nobody's on campus.
I'll bet you we could do that with the table that you're sitting at. Oh, man, that would be dope. Bring our lights.
I could even get my big 8-foot table, and we could do something right there. We need no, you have a generator.
Yes, I do.
Oh, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing the planning stages of an epic adventure from Technically Spaghetti in the 1% Studios.
Spaghetti from the Will Wheaton 1% Studios. Yeah, dude, let's actually get something in the pipeline. That would be dope. Okay, we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. What do you got? Where gonna find you?
Helix Heinlein on the tweet machine. Country Smith on that dang darn Instagram that we just cannot quit.
Diggity dang darn. So Stats will not be in studio for 2 weeks because he's going on vacation again because he only ever goes on vacation.
This is my first vacation of 2021. I don't know what you're talking about.
We are 6 weeks deep in 2021.
So, still my first one.
And your next one is when?
Probably in May, when it would normally be.
Good God.
I don't know. My dad wants to go to the beach next month. I'm like, okay.
Okay. You can find me at Scott Peachy on the tweet machine, at the Scott Peachy on the gram. We should probably get at Mayo Spaghetti at some point. Just a thought. Official sponsor, the Mayo Spaghetti Monster.
Oh, Lord. I don't even want to imagine what that would look like.
A blob of Miracle
Kind of
Whip.
like Pizza the Hut from earlier today with you and Frankel.
Oh, my God. What a terrifying gif.
I mean, it's from Spaceballs.
It's
Pizza the Hut.
It's still terrifying. That's what Nightmare Fuel
You're
is
a
made
child.
of. Dude, are you serious?
I love that movie.
I don't care. That's terrifying. Nightmare Fuel. 80s movies were just nothing but nightmare fuel. That's when I think people figured out that they could do really weird things and be like, hey, it'd be really cool if we did.
You know why?
No.
All the drugs in the 80s.
I would. Yeah, but wouldn't that be because of people doing drugs in the 70s? Man, like, man, you should see what's in my mind from what I got.
Well, yeah, they were doing
out in the 70s.
The mind expanding drugs in the 70s, but then the 80s was all about coke, so everybody was like beelining to get stuff done.
Dude, some of the movies in the 80s were real aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about it. Like, super aggressive 80s movies. All the Freddy Kruegers.
Yep.
That's nightmare fuel. You kidding me? I don't care what anybody says. That whole series terrified me.
It was based on nightmares.
Good Lord.
Spaceballs, I'm just checking this out. Spaceballs and RoboCop both came out in 87.
I was going to say, 87 was a particularly strong year for movies that absolutely gave me nightmares.
Well, you were young.
You go back and watch RoboCop now, like, if you go back and watch RoboCop, the 87 RoboCop.
Oh, yeah.
I was not very old. And
that was dark.
That was super dark. Dude blows his hand off? What?
A few more things than that. That, believe it or not, that was the very first R-rated movie I saw. And yes, I know my parents are hopefully still watching well before I turned 18. Well before.
Oh, my goodness, that movie was aggressive. All of the movies in the 80s were just...
Well, yeah, the first Terminator movie.
Oh, man. That's where I learned a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot of things during that movie.
Yeah.
Let's try to think. All the Freddy Kruegers. I didn't care for, like, the Jason, I don't care. That never really got me.
That wasn't really scary.
That didn't scare me. Freddy Krueger terrified me. Fun story. I don't know if my parents are still watching. Probably not. I mean... Everyday Tech. I was 7 when RoboCop came out. I was not far behind you. And yes, that means we're old.
Yep.
Anywho,
one day at a time.
When I came home one day, my dad thought it was really funny to put Halloween. He used to put the Freddy mask on. Well, when I came home one day, he asked me, "Hey, would you get me would you give me a glass of tea out of the fridge?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." Because I'm a great son. Because I'm a good son. I'm a good soul. Deep down in the chasms, right here,
Or chasms.
Chasms, the cockles of my heart. I'm a good soul. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll do this. I opened the fridge. He had put the Freddy Krueger mask over the pitcher of iced tea with the hat. So the Freddy Krueger face with the hat and the glove inside the fridge. So the first thing I do when I opened up,
you pooped your pants.
No, here's what happened. I was really young, so I had to be, 10. He'll probably yell at me. I would say 10. Let's say 10. Okay, so I open up this fridge because I'm a good son, and I see this in front of me, and I start laughing, and I shut the door of the fridge, and I look over at him, and I'm laughing, and then I immediately burst into tears and cry so hard because that movie terrified me. I, to this day, have not watched a single solitary minute of a Freddy Krueger movie since then.
Yeah, I think I've only seen clips online. I mean, that type of horror movie is not really my thing. I prefer more the psychological thriller. That one,
like Saw.
No, not even that, because that one just turned into a blood and guts. I think more like
Centipede.
No, more like Event Horizon, or like
awful movie.
Like Chanel pointed out, American Psycho, things like that.
True story. We actually, during work today, we talked about one of the worst movies. Like, what is the worst movie you've ever walked out of a movie theater on, or whatever?
Okay.
I actually said Event Horizon.
Really?
Awful movie.
Oh no.
God, awful movie, because I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't like I don't like scary movies at all.
The one franchise, at least for the first two movies, that I really did enjoy, which is more the movie monster jump scare blood and guts, the Aliens franchise. Those, because you're out in space, you're isolated. No, but I like them. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like I do not like scary movies. Like, I don't enjoy scary movies at all. And I blame my dad for this. Straight up, I'm calling you out on the internet. just so you know, I don't do scary movies because of that. Because of things like that. I can't do it. Worst movie of all time I've ever watched, though, walked out on, is Event Horizon, because it's like,
I never had the chance to see it in the theater.
The eyes scene.
Right. I know exactly which one you're talking
everybody
about.
Who's ever seen Event Horizon knows what this is. The eyes scene, I was like, nope. Bye. I'm done. Also, one of the worst movies of all time is Oscar with Sylvester Stallone. Terrible movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, God. I can't do scary movies. I don't enjoy scary movies.
That's fine.
That's fine. I'm a big, nah.
You like Disney movies. They're great.
I love Disney movies, mostly because I have kids, but I love just openly stupid comedy movies.
Tommy Boy.
Okay, that's not stupid, though. That's one of the... Stop. You do not, sir. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's that serves mayo spaghetti.
Hey, you ate well.
I ate.
You ate it not well. Yeah, I don't know, man. Oscar was terrible. Worst movie of all time is Event Horizon, though, for me.
I'll have to look up Oscar and see what it's all about.
You know what I thought was a really, horribly great bad movie? Howard the Duck.
Never seen it.
Awful movie. Leah Thompson, though. Dude, Everyday Tech, Tommy Boy's dumb. You quit it. Stop that. Stop it. Tommy Boy, great movie. We talked about my love. I love Chris Farley. So, all right, we got to get out of here.
Okay.
Good Lord in heaven. We need to do the movie thing. Like this, I think leave a comment if you want us to do. I'll have a hot take. I think the first 3 Star Wars are awful. I'm kidding. I can't. That's a lie. I can't say that. I can't say that. I was gonna say the original, but come on.
I mean, we could very easily tie movies into tech. So.
Oh yeah. That's for sure. Howard the Duck is an awful movie. All of you in here, it's gee whiz. I look and I love it. I watch it every single time, but it's not good. It's not good. All right, everybody. We're going to be back at this again. I will be solo. Yes?
Oh, I'll be back in town. I'll just be
town?
from my home studio.
Home studio. Ooh, you get to try out your new home studio.
Uh-huh.
New home studio.
May have to come over and get some lights, but we'll figure it out.
We'll figure that out. We can make it happen. All right, y'all. Be good or be good at it. We will see you again next time. No mayo spaghetti next time. I know you're all sad. Womp, 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 womp.